Good afternoon, everybody. This is another episode of Caring for the Caregiver, and it's another couple of items from Carol's Time in a Tote. And we've talked about different utensils and different things you can use using bright colored section plates. Makes their food pop to them and they can see it. If you put it in a white plate, it's like putting a blanket of snow over something and their food disappears. We talked about that. We also talked about the cup, the sippy cup with the three bulb lids on them, and how when you push it down, it forces the liquid up through the straw when they forget how to suck through a straw. And when it hits their mouth, it makes them remember how to suck through a straw, and that helps keep your patient or loved one hydrated, because you don't want to get them to get dehydrated. You want them to get the nutrition and stuff that they need. So another trick we used with Mom was Ensure, and we'd get her to drink them, but we'd add a scoop of ice cream to them so she would think she was eating ice cream, when all the while she was getting the vitamins and nutrients that she needed in her body also. We also talked about different ways you can cut their food up. You can use a food processor, an immersion blender if you're cooking maybe a stew or something and the chunks are too big for them to eat. They can still eat the same food that your family does, so you only have to cook one meal. You just will end up chopping or pureeing the food, and that way they still get the good seasoning and stuff from the food, and it'll make them want to eat more. So we talked about those things. And I'm trying to. Then we talked about there comes a time when they forget to be able to use their eating utensils, and it's embarrassing for them. And what you want to do is you're wanting to keep their dignity intact, and they're embarrassed to admit that they don't know what to do with the utensils. There's a point that it comes to that, and you can either give them finger food, stuff they can hold in their hands. My mama always taught us not to eat with our hands. It didn't work, but she tried to teach us anyway. But never did I think I would be turning around and telling her to eat with her hands. So we would give her things like, you can pick up green beans and eat them, and carrots, and chicken fingers and chicken nuggets and different things like that. Finger foods she could eat, or you can puree them and blend them. Just any way you can to get them to eat what they want to eat. Mom was a sweet eater, so I would buy her bags at a time of every kind of Reese's peanut butter cup they were, the white chocolate, the regular chocolate, anything you can name, because I was like, as long as she'll eat it, she can have anything she wants to. So sometimes at 1 o'clock in the morning, Sandra would get up, my sister, and find her sitting at the table, and she would have already eaten 18 Reese's cups. So I had to kind of hide those from her and kind of delve them out to her in smaller doses. Okay, so today I want to show you another couple of items that I found that are really good to use, because there also can come a time when if they wear dentures, their dentures may not fit anymore, or they may not have teeth, or you worried about their gums, and you're worried about regular utensils cutting their mouth, or regular straws cutting their mouth, and things like that. So I found these for Mom, and they are silicone straws, and so they're easy on the mouth. They won't cut the mouth. This is while they're still able to suck through a straw. It also comes with a little brush that you can clean the inside of them to keep mold and stuff like that, so you can keep them clean for your loved one. So these are silicone straws. This is something you would use before you had to use the cup with a bulb that pushes the liquid up through. This is while they're still able to suck through the straw, and it's easier on their mouth and gums. It won't cut their mouth and gums, so that's good to have. The other product I was going to show you And most of these products, a lot of them you'll see are educational kids products, or things to help them learn the lessons of life, like how to eat, how to cut your food up, how to eat your food, how to suck through a straw. Those are things that you would teach an infant or a toddler. And so I'm trying to reach out to some of these companies now and reminding them, I know your products are for child education, but I'm someone coming from this on the opposite side of the spectrum, to where what happens when you teach that child about your products and how to do these things, and they become older and get diseases like dementia and Alzheimer's, and they forget how to use these items. They can still use your items to help retain what they've got in their brain. And that's one of the reasons I came up with the kind of the subtitle of Carol's Time in a Tote, because when you have someone you love or you're caring for with Alzheimer's or dementia, you're doing everything within your power to keep a lid on top of their head and keeping their brain from dying and keeping their memories from disappearing. And so it turned out to me like a tote. A tote does the same thing. You want to put the lid on the tote to keep whatever's inside in the tote. So that's how I came up with the name. But what I did is I've compiled all the activities I used with her to help her keep her memory. Like I said, I knew I could not cure Alzheimer's, but I knew I was going to do everything I could to keep what we got. I wasn't going down without a fight. So that's where Carol's Time in a Tote came from. We were trying to keep her memories in a lid on her memories, just like we kept a lid on the tote to keep all of her items inside. And today, this is the last item we'll talk about. These are spoons that teach infants and babies and all that how to eat with a spoon. Well, these are also silicone spoons, and they're real easy on the mouth and they don't hurt the gums. So these are really good too. So really, a lot of the baby products and eating utensils and different things like that you'll see in the store, a lot of activities I did with Mom, you'll find out a lot of this stuff caters to childhood, and that's what happens with an Alzheimer dementia patient. They may not remember something that happened a few minutes ago, yet they can remember something that happened when they were a child. And so I use the story time and time again about my mom and the paper dolls, cutting them out of the Sears and Roebuck catalog, and how now they make the kind that they stick on by magnets. But what I did was I used the product that she loved as a child and used the updated version, because reverting back to childhood, she still loved paper dolls. So that was my way of still letting her play with paper dolls, but now they stood up. You didn't have to worry about the tabs, putting them on there. And what it did was it made her choose what color coordinate what outfits and shoes and everything else she put on the paper doll. And so that's a lot of what I've done. But you'll see a lot of these items are kids' educational toys. But if you think of it from a caregiver point of view, those same items can be used to help retain, as long as you can, the memories that person has of the simplest things. So I hope this helped you today. But like I said, these silicone straws, they're really easy and good to use and soft, and come with a brush to clean them out. Also, these baby spoons are silicone also and won't hurt your patient or loved one's mouths. Just trying to help you understand the mind of an Alzheimer's patient. So hope everybody has a good day. Remember, you can't give care to anyone else until you care for yourself. And so that's another lesson today from Carol's Time in a Tote. And so I hope everybody has a good day. Bye.